Hi, everyone. I'd just like to welcome you all to today's Google Plus Hangout. My name is Diana Ransom. I'm a contributing editor at entrepreneur.com. And I'm very excited today to be joined by Karen Mills, the administrator of the Small Business Administration. She has the special privilege to be able to announce the winners of the National Small Business Week video contest. Lest you think that it was easy, there were over 100 submissions for this. But before I hand over the stage to Administrator Mills, I'd like to go ahead and remind our viewing audience at home that we are accepting questions through Twitter. To submit a question, use the hashtag, which is like basically the number sign, WH Hangout. And hopefully we will get your questions answered a little bit later. So without further ado, Administrator Mills, you have the stage.
Thank you so much. You know, it's great to be in this Google Plus Hangout with some small business owners to be announced. Don't look down now. We're going to have the winners of the first ever Small Business Administration video contest announced and present on this video Google Hangout so that you can ask all of us questions. And I'm going to be very eager to hear some more stories about all of their businesses. You know, this is National Small Business Week, and that's why we've been celebrating with the videos. We put the call out to all of the small businesses out there to submit some videos, 2-minute videos, and these are the winners. Before I announce them, though, I want to make sure everybody knows what the SBA does. The Small Business Administration here in Washington is the agency responsible for small businesses, which is 28 million small businesses across the country. And you know, half of the people who work in this country own or work for a small business. So we do loan guarantees, which you'll hear about from some of our small businesses who won the contest. We do counseling and advising, and we make sure that about $100 billion of government contracts get into the hands of small businesses. So we are very eager for those of you who are using one of our SBA offerings to know about the others. And if you don't know anything about us, come to sba.gov and you'll be able to see all of the products and services that can help you grow your business. So, without any further ado, let me, drum roll, announce the winners of the first annual video contest for small businesses from the SBA. Well, this is not in any order, they're all winners here, but the first is Kiss Sticks founders Dallas Robinson and Mike Bunamo from Utah, right? And we're going to hear a pretty interesting story about what goes on with these Kiss Sticks. Then the Fresh Diet founder is Zalmi Dukman from Florida. And Rustic Crust, and we've got the founder here, Brad Sturl from New Hampshire. And with the banana, Rogers Banana Pudding Sauce. The banana is present. Reggie Rogers, his wife Martha, his daughter Gina from Virginia. I'll let you figure out who's in the banana costume. We are delighted to announce you all as winners. We were so much enjoyed your videos, which I think we're going to have a compilation of later, but they're going to be available on sba.gov.
Okay, sounds good. And just because we do love the banana so much, let's go ahead and have Reggie Rogers, the founder of Rogers Banana Pudding Sauce. Please say a few words about your company and about you and your family.
All right, thank you. Hi, yes, my name is Reginald Rogers. I'm usually the cook in the family. And the banana lady just happened to be my wife, Martha J. Ross Rogers.
Hi. Oh, wow. Hi.
And yes, and then we have Gina. She's our director, creator, producer, and camera person of our video. All right, the name of our company is RR Enterprise, better known as Rogers Banana Pudding Sauce. And our company, we're one of Virginia's finest out of Chesapeake, Virginia.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks for that introduction. And now for the Kiss Sticks founders, basically the young men who dared to improve upon kissing I don't know how this could be done, but Dallas Robinson and Mike Buonomo.
Yeah,
Am I saying that at all right? Okay, sorry. And I used to live in Italy too. This is pretty pathetic. But please say a few words about yourselves and the company.
Sure. So I'm Dallas Robinson, and I'm Mike Bonomo, and like you said, our company is Kistix. And what Kistix is, it's a high-quality SPF lip balm that comes in 2 compatible flavors. So one for you, one for your special someone. And then when they come together, when you kiss, it creates a whole new flavor, a whole new experience. So we've got flavors like fire and ice that actually heat up and cool down. We've got strawberry daiquiri and pina colada that creates Miami Vice when you kiss, peaches and cream, all sorts of fun, awesome flavors. So we like to consider ourselves kissing specialists in the industry, and we're just excited. Our company's really taken off. The SBA loaned us $50,000 to start, and now we're taking our company worldwide. So it's been a very exciting journey for sure.
And those two, just so you know, were also on Shark Tank, by the way, and landed money from Mark Cuban himself, 200 G's.
Yes.
So
Yes.
something to be proud of for sure. Now, Karen, I'm impressed that you actually were able to pronounce Zalmi's last name, but I don't want to brutalize it, so I will not even say it. So Zalmi, why don't you go ahead and give us your 2 cents about what the Fresh Diet is and how you got started.
Sure. Hi, my name is Zalmi Duchman, and I am the founder and CEO of The Fresh Diet. I started the company about 6 years ago out of my apartment, small apartment, had my wife who was pregnant of 8 months do the cooking. She cooked for our first 3 clients, and I went out and did the deliveries throughout the night, delivering to the clients. And since then, we've really expanded pretty rapidly, and really it all started because of the first SBA loan, which we got about a year and a half after we started. And using that SBA loan is how I made a small acquisition out of Miami. And that's how my dream was to bring it national. And thanks for that SBA's first step, we were able to bring it national. And we now operate 6 kitchens around the country. So we're really excited to be here and excited to be part of the SBA's, small business winner. So congrats to everybody.
Congrats to you. It's a great story.
For sure. And we have finally, last but not least, Brad Sturl of Pittsfield, New Hampshire's Rustic Crust. Now, Brad, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about your company?
Sure. Again, Rustic Crust, we're based here in New Hampshire, and we have 2 products. One is our Rustic Crust, which is an all-natural, preservative-free pizza crust that you top and bake at home. And what we've done is we've come up with a packaging process that allows it to make it shelf stable, so you can leave it on your counter for up to 6 months with no chemicals, no preservatives. A lot of organic ingredients. Everything we do is non-GMO or organic, as well as we have another brand called American Flatbread, what is the world's best frozen pizza. It's a handmade, hand-topped, wood-fired frozen pizza. And back in 2005, the SBA came in with early stage debenture equity fund, where we brought in just about $1 million, which allowed us to go out and obtain other financing from other professional investors. It's allowed us to become the #1 all-natural pizza crust in the country. It's allowed us to grow nationwide. We're actually just getting ready to ship our first shipments out to Japan.
That's very exciting, and congratulations for your growth. Brad, I wonder, we're sort of approaching this sort of question portion of the Google Plus Hangout. I wonder if you have a question you'd like to ask Karen or myself or any matter.
Yeah, I'll say it's partly a question, but it's about making it easier for entrepreneurs to find the resources through the SBA for funding for folks that are creating jobs around the country. Coming out, are you looking at making it easier for folks to find? And some
Well, Brad, I think you've done a lot of our work for us, because when you made all those videos, it was kind of a how-to, enjoyable how-to. And that's one of the reasons that we asked you to do it, because sometimes hearing the story of how somebody got financing, how they used an SBA product and what it actually did for them is really a good introduction. And then if you go to sba.gov, we have done a number of things for small businesses to streamline and simplify the experience. Everything from making the website much more accessible. You can put in your zip code and you will get the names and numbers of our district office and all the counselors nearby who you can go to for advice. You can see the details on some of the programs. So with your videos, which really make it come alive, and with the outreach that we do through social media and over the web and at National Small Business Week, we are hoping to get this story out to people because there really is a pretty rich array of tools. I was just going to ask Reggie for a second to talk a little bit about some of the things we have for veterans. You know, we have a lot of emphasis on veterans because they really over-index in entrepreneurship. They come out as leaders, but sometimes they have trouble finding a job, and we want to make sure they have the opportunity to start or grow a business.
Okay. Well, with the as a veteran myself, you know, I did like 26 years in the Navy, and I think it has a lot to do with a lot of the networking that goes on in the community, in the area that you operate in. Um, One of the things that I've done in regards to our SBA loan is, you know, it's geared toward veterans. So we have the Patriot Express loan. That is the one that we are applying for, and that's the one that we are planning on using to grow our business. It's geared toward veterans, you know, disabled veterans, people in transition that's coming out of the military, and also spouses as well of veterans that may have passed while they was in service.
And then just kind of, Reggie, while you're talking about it, just sort of making your way around getting to know how to use the SBA.gov website or learning about these various loans like the Patriot Express one that you're just talking about. I mean, what do you suggest fellow business owners kind of just get their start? Or what helped you?
I think a good start would be like the small business development center. That's how we really got our start, along with the Virginia Finance Program. I think those both are very, very beneficial because with both you can learn the nuts and bolts as far as operating a business and as far as staying in business, because it's easy to get into business, but it's the maintaining of the business that it can be difficult for some.
Well, as
For
Martha
sure.
says, you know, those counselors and advisors, sometimes they're even more important than the money is getting really the guidance to make sure you got the plan in place to use it to your best advantage.
Okay. We do have a question from Twitter that I'd love to ask you, Karen. And I'm not necessarily sure you have an answer for this, but we'll go ahead and ask. It's from the Twitter handle is Jeremy Schmidt 07. So it says, Karen, I'm a Marine vet looking for funding to research and develop a never tried before solar power application. How do I go about it?
Well, actually, Jeremy, right, we have a very good product that would meet the needs that you have. We have small business investment research grants that are given by every agency around the federal government. They amount to $2.5 billion. And if you go to our website, sba.gov or sbir.gov, you can see if there is research money available in the alternative energy area that you might apply for. And the reason why this is so good for you is for never before tried products, you want to make sure that you've got a product that can actually be commercialized. And that's exactly what these grants, SBIR grants, are designed to fund. Research in a company that could lead to commercialization of a product. So that's where you should go first to try that out.
Okay, I'm sure that'll be really helpful for him. Kistix guys, do you have a question for Karen?
Well, I'd have a question for them, which is, how'd you do all that research? Is there a lot of chemistry involved?
Yes, lots of market research for sure.
I know.
Our wives can attest to that. So yeah, we do have a question. We were thinking we're growing very quickly and expanding into different countries, and it's all happening very fast. So our question kind of surrounded, in our case, and then I'm sure there's other businesses that are in our exact same situation. How can we best utilize the SBA services in the future as we grow and expand our business?
Well, you mentioned exports, and for a fast-growing business like yours, this is a really exciting opportunity. In fact, the president has put forward the National Export Initiative, saying we're going to double our exports over the next 5 years, and small businesses are going to be an important part of that. So we have a whole set of counselors in coordination with Commerce. We even have opportunities for you to go on trade missions to other countries, and we will walk you through how to do the export regulations, how to make sure you've got financing for your exports. We actually have a special export loan, which has a 90% SBA guarantee, so it makes it much easier for the banks to step up and finance you. But I think the best thing to do is to get an export plan and a marketing plan, and then you can go on and get the financing, and we can help you with those through our export counselors.
Great.
Awesome. Thank
That's
you.
fantastic.
You know, it's a big opportunity. It's a big world out there, and innovators like you are going to be a good way America creates jobs here.
Absolutely.
So I have a question about basically around the Google Plus Hangout that the SBA is hosting today, and other Hangouts that the White House has hosted, and then all the, I guess, increasingly useful tweets that we keep seeing out of the White House and out of the SBA. Essentially, what is the SBA's philosophy toward social media, and what is possibly your best tip for entrepreneurs out there to use it more effectively?
Well, first I have to do a shout out to the White House social media team. You know, the president came in and he said, we want to have a major effort in social media. And I'm sitting here in the White House talking to you with this team here, and they have led the way. And at the SBA, we realized that social media is one of the critical tools that small businesses can use really in a cost-effective way. In fact, it levels the playing field because you don't have to have tens of millions of dollars in order to get on national TV. You can target your specific product to customers who might want to know about you. And what we need to do is get social media tools out in the hands of small businesses. So we are extremely active. We have a great team at our SBA headquarters that works very much with the White House team. And we are ready to help small businesses. And of course, we use it to educate and inform people about our programs as well.
Okay, and best tip for entrepreneurs?
Oh, use social media. Find the one that's right for you. At National Small Business Week, we just had a forum on it, and it's extremely well attended. And the advice that the experts gave is find a place to start. Find a couple of things, and then put 90% of your efforts on ones that work, but save 10% of your effort to keep experimenting. And always just keep experimenting. You don't have to get it right, they said, at the first shot. You just keep going, keep trying.
Okay, great. Zalmi, do you have a question for Administrator Mills? And if so, go for it.
Sure. So, we had great success getting the SBA loan for acquisitions, but lately we're trying to get an SBA loan for more working capital, and we haven't had such great success. So I was wondering if you have any tips for us and for other small business owners, that we don't really have a lot of assets or collateral. So, maybe any tips that can help me get that next SBA loan, since the president raised the bar from 2 million to 5 million, which is fantastic, and we'd love to take advantage of that.
Well, absolutely, Zalmi. And it's great to talk to you because I know you've been growing your business in a terrific way. I would suggest that you get together with our SBA counselors and district office in your area that I know about your business, and ask about the Cap Lines program. Cap Lines is a new part of our Loan 7A program, specially designed for expansion, helping you get more inventory. And what we did with Cap Lines is we streamlined the whole process and reduced the paperwork. So it might be just the kind of new loan product, and we want to make sure that you are matched up with a bank that is using cap lines, or that your bank knows about that product. We just launched it last fall, and it is going gangbusters.
Great.
Well, that's exciting. So, Karen, I know you recently became a cabinet member. Finally, yay, SBA. Just question for you. What has changed since, I guess, that new role for you?
Well, it's a great honor to be in the president's cabinet. So, that is an important moment, and that recognition actually is quite meaningful. The truth is that the president has really focused on small business from day one. He has been thinking about what to do, first of all, to solve the credit crisis. Things were just frozen in 2008, 2009 for small businesses, and banks weren't lending. And then most recently, he came back. The president has done 18 tax credits. And last week, when we announced National Small Business Week, he was talking about his to-do list for Congress. And on that list, number 3, not in order of priorities, is another tax credit if you increase wages or you add new hires. So there will be more tax credit money in your business so that you can use it to grow your business. So we are working really ceaselessly from the beginning, and it's been good to have this seat at the table, although I have to say that all of my colleagues and the president himself always are focused on small business.
Okay, and then a question for business owners, you all in particular. These small business video contests are becoming increasingly more and more ubiquitous. So I guess if you could, since your videos were so good, can you offer some advice, or let's have Kiss Sticks fellows offer some advice first, and then whoever else has some advice, let's go ahead and hear it. Okay.
Well, when we were making our video, we obviously wanted to incorporate all of the benefits that came from the SBA loan that we received. But more importantly, we just had a really fun time doing it. So specifically with our product is a really fun product to talk about, and you can do a lot of things. But when making these videos and going forward with things like this, I would say make sure that you're including obviously all the important information, but in a fun way so that you're enjoying it.
Okay. Would anyone like to add anything?
Sure, I'll go. I'll say something. For our video, I did a lot of stop animation for ours. And pretty much the way that I come up with a lot of the ideas for Roger's Banana Pudding Sauce is that I don't have a budget. I have a $0 budget to get everything done. And so a lot of it is me actually just doing inventory to see what assets I actually have that I can use to make whatever product or whatever video or whatever social media or marketing tactics that I actually have available. And it's been working pretty well so far. But that's like the number one rule for me is to definitely know my assets and know who's willing to help and know what I have on hand.
Well, Gina, I have to say I loved your animation. You had one illustration in there, which was a little boat, and the boat was named for the company, the Banana Pudding Company, and the sail had on it SBA. So I like to think of us, putting the wind at your back and sailing you down into the success.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a question from Twitter. This is from Ed Connection. His question is, my business will need $200,000 in exactly 6 to 12 months. What does he do to prepare for that now?
Well, Ed, right? I think that it is terrific that you know what your cash flow projection is going to be 6 months down the road. So that tells me that you're doing some planning. I hope you have a counselor and advisor who is looking over that plan. If you don't, now is a good time to get involved with somebody from our Small Business Development Center or a SCORE counselor. And remember, they're free. You can find them on sba.gov. Just remember, put in your zip code. And if you sit down with somebody with that plan, then you can get a banking package put together early. So by the time it rolls around that you need that cash, it's not too soon to start. 6 months is a good time to start having the right introductions to the right banks that might be ready to lend for that phase of your business.
Okay, I have a question for Brad. The type of, I guess, funding that you received from the SBA is rather complex. I wonder if you can kind of describe it a bit more and then give a little bit more insight into how you even learned about it in the first place and how you were able to land it.
Sure. Yeah, it was kind of confusing in the beginning. As we were searching for initial funds in 2005, we came across the company CEI Community Ventures from Maine. And what the fund was, it was SBA backed. It was an early stage and venture investment that was backed by the SBA that was designed to invest in underserved communities. So it was important, as I had created the business, that we had actually purposely put it into an underserved community to create jobs. And so it was kind of that process that moved us forward. We found the relationship with the SBA and the way this venture fund worked, where it was focused just on really investing in this community. It also came with the fund itself had a special operational assistance fund that helped us use it for some marketing development to test ideas and to see how things work, which was a non-dilutive part of the funding that was raised. So it was kind of a multifaceted program by the SBA, and it was something where it attracted them to us because we wanted to put the business in an underserved community to create jobs. Where most venture funds, all they want to do is look at kind of the largest cities or all these real big hot areas, and they're not looking at the small communities that really need jobs.
Well, hopefully that'll change going forward. So Zalmi, I have a question for you in terms of dealing with growth. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Basically, you seem to have grown kind of incrementally, city by city, state by state. Can you tell us a little bit about how or what the strategy was you used toward growing your business?
Yeah, sure. So, we took a hub and spoke model to really expand the business. So, for example, as I mentioned, the kitchen is in Brooklyn, and we were delivering to the tri-state area, but we wanted to really expand that. So, using daily deal sites, which was a hot thing a few years ago, we actually were able to, a very, very small amount of marketing dollars, able to test the market, and that's how we expanded to Boston, for example. So we did a daily deal in Boston, signed up a few hundred people, and all of a sudden we can now send a refrigerated van to Boston, and we don't have to open up a kitchen in Boston. So we really use that model to really expand our footprint, and it's really worked out well. So you really have to just think out of the box sometimes and be innovative, and you can really expand your market even in a crazy logistic business like ours.
Okay, great. And I actually was fortunate enough to attend a few of the National Small Business Week events held in the past couple of days down in DC. So that was cool. I just have a question. There were a number of business owners, raised concerns about everything from the economy to healthcare. And it sounded like, Karen, to be honest, you were hearing the same things over and over again. Is there a way that business owners or a place where business owners can go to kind of have their voices heard and then maybe have their concerns addressed?
Well, absolutely. I'm traveling all around the country every week. I'm out and my deputy administrator, we're all out, usually doing roundtables. And we also very much welcome small businesses to be part of the SBA community, where we've got a community page and lots of things are discussed, and small businesses can get advice and counsel on issues that concern them. We really want to make sure that we are hearing what's going on with small businesses, because it changes. In the beginning, when I came on board, it was really all about the credit crunch. And now, as we've heard today, there's a whole variety of questions around other things like growth and growth capital and advice and counseling and veterans returning. So we've got our ear tuned And SBA.gov, once again, we're trying to make it easy for small businesses to reach us. So that's probably the most straightforward way.
Okay, sounds wonderful. I think that basically is about all the time we have. I'd like to thank everyone for participating in today's Google Plus Hangout event. I'd especially like to congratulate the winners. Well done, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And also, you'll have a chance to see basically a highlights reel from all of your videos just after this Hangout session. So stick around. And if you want to see the videos in entirety, head to the whitehouse.gov website. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Since our inception, and with the help of the SBA loan, the Fresh Diet has produced millions of meals countrywide and is now a national brand competing in the majors.
Yep, this is our product. And one SBA program that really helped our business take off was the Small Business Development Center. There we learned the nuts and bolts of operating a business.
Rustic Crust, located in the small town of Pittsfield, New Hampshire. In 2005, we partnered with the SBA using one of their equity funds. These funds were designed to invest in low-income communities and development areas throughout New England.
Everyone in the world wants some Kiss Sticks. Mike and I are happy. We're helping our local community, we're helping our families, we're helping our lips. We're helping lips everywhere. Whew. All because of that $50,000 SBA loan.